Hello, everybody. It is Monday, International Chest Day. We're going to do a pull day, push day actually. We're going to do some chest, shoulders, and triceps. I'm going to get some pre-workout. Wait for some people to join us. It's already dark here. It's a bit of a late start. I'm going to do a warm-up set on bench. Hey Calderon, how's it going? Thank you for joining. Just warming up on bench. We're going to do 4 sets with 35 pounds to start off. Set. Thanks for joining. What brings you here today? Just hanging out? It's the bench. The light's kind of foggy tonight. It's really dark here. All right, let's get right into this. We did a quick warm-up set, 20 reps at 25. Let's do our first set of bench at 35 pounds. Not our max, but we're still recovering from being sick. So, taking it easy. Rotate you guys over while I sit. Track our weights. Wait for people to come in. We only got 14 today. Let's see what we got going on over on Twitch. Grab some water. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Let me know in the chat where you're from, if you lifted today, if you've got fitness questions. I'll do my best to answer. Oh, everything feels heavy today. It's been like that for quite some time. We got sick last weekend. Still pushing through it. Some sort of sinus thing going on. But we're here. We're lifting. Let's go ahead and get the second set done, see what we can do. Oh. Everything is so heavy. Two more sets. Jesus. I don't even know if I want to do 4 sets today. Four sets seems like a lot. Somebody give me some motivation. Because we are on the struggle bus today. All right, set 3. That camera angle is way off. I'll fix it after the set. Oh, we are feeding. Feeding quick, you know, only one exercise into this workout. You know what? I think 3 sets is enough. We'll do 4 sets of seated chest flies. Hey, Chemazon. How's it going? Yeah, I think COVID really propelled the home gym setup. I mean, I'm not a streamer, so I don't have like a crazy garage gym with a computer setup, but we built this small, oh, the lights aren't really good, this small home gym. We started it during COVID with just the Bowflex, because my gym was closed for 6 months and I wanted to keep working out, and then we've just added on to it over and over and over again since COVID, since 2020, and now I have the equipment to work out at home, so I don't bother with a regular gym. I miss the regular gym. I always get better motivation being in the regular gym than I do at the home gym, but I don't have to drive. I don't have to wait for people to clear a bench. It's a lot easier, I think, to work out with the home gym. And I think it's doable for most people if you just get a set of dumbbells. I mean, I've got fixed dumbbells, but they have those adjustable dumbbell racks that you can get out there. That'll get the job done. set up some chest flies on both legs. Because my outside porch is not, the ceiling is not tall enough for a cable tower. So I gotta use resistance rods with the Bowflex. But it works. It works for what I do. Let's move this over. Oh, there goes my dog. The security system. I don't know what he's barking at. What's up, bud? Alright, we only did 3 sets of bench. Bench felt really heavy today. I must put some strain. So we're just gonna stop at the 3 sets and shift over to cable flies on the Bowflex. So this is 100 pounds on the Bowflex. It's not like 100 pounds on a machine or a cable system, because these are resistance rods, right? So for tracking purposes, it's a little off, but oh, appreciate it. I've been in the gym since I was, I don't know, 15, 16 years old. Used to be able to lift a lot more. I have a rare genetic disorder where I tore both of my carotids benching heavy. I used to bench 150 for reps, a couple reps, 3 or so. And I was in like a powerlifting phase and tore my carotid. Yeah, the genetic condition, basically I don't produce good collagen. And so all my arteries are at risk to just tear when there's a spike in your blood pressure or blunt force trauma, stuff like that. Yeah, I have a milder version of the disorder, so I can still lift in the gym. So now we take it easy. My fixed dumbbells only go to 40 pounds. So no bench and 150 anymore. I do deadlift. I think I got 135 for 3 reps. I avoid it by never maxing out and never straining when I lift. So proper form is vital to me weightlifting. So if I ever get to the point where the rep feels like it's going to be failure, instead of straining and bearing down and forcing that rep, I just stop. So if that means, you know, on the 10th rep, I start to fatigue out, we just kill it at that. Or I lower the weight and do 15 to 20 reps and just do a hypertrophy kind of burnout set. And then I actually have, since you asked, I do like to progress. Microgains makes these 2.5 pound plates that go on your dumbbell. So when I hit a plateau, like say 35 on the bench, I'm getting like 15, 20 reps of 35. I'll throw these 2.5 pounds on, which bumps me up to 37.5, and I can slowly do increments instead of making that 5 pound jump in between dumbbells. You can put this on a barbell too, so when I'm deadlifting, I can put an extra 5 pounds because I don't have too many 5 pound weights. I can put a couple of these on, and it just slowly increments the weights up. Well, my question for you then is, why don't you stop? My dad just got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and he's a sugar fanatic. And he likes his cakes, his cookies, his chocolates, and he's in a never-bending battle with his blood sugar. And that's always been a struggle of mine, to get him to lay off the carbs and the sugar to get his blood sugar back to normal. So how much beer do you drink? I mean, a lot? You could probably just cut it back a little bit. That might even make a difference. I hear you though. I'm a whiskey fanatic. I struggle with alcohol. Straight whiskey is my go-to. Jameson mostly, but I get liver issues too, so I really have to watch my whiskey intake. Plus my body just hates alcohol these days. I think it's an age thing. I am 43. I just turned 43 in August. And I found, I know it's not super old, but I found that the older I get, I found that the older I get, the more my body is rejecting things like sugar, alcohol, all the bad stuff. And like when I cheat off my diet and I eat a lot of carbs, or I eat something like a sugary treat, like a cannoli or something like that, I bloat. My scale weight goes up by like 2-3 pounds from inflammation and water retention. But I live on an 80-20 diet, so that I'm not super obsessive with things. So like Monday through Friday, I eat pretty clean. Yeah, it definitely does. And breaking those habits can be really difficult. I was drinking 3 glasses of whiskey every time I drank about 1.5 years ago. And I wasn't even getting drunk. Like, I'm talking a glass this big, full of whiskey, no mixers. And I was drinking 3 of those, so it was the equivalent of like 15 shots, and I was barely breaking the buzz. And that's when I realized that I had a problem and that I should probably cut back. But therapy helped with that. I'm a veteran. I was in the Coast Guard for 10 years. My husband, who's inside, was in the Coast Guard for 21 years. We met in the Coast Guard. So I get therapy through the VA, and they helped me through breaking some of those bad habits. Oh, what branch? What branch were you in? Love it when a fellow veteran joins up in the chat. So, okay, so that explains the drinking, because we are prone to that. Hold on, let me get this set out of the way. Oh, 15. Me too. Me too. My husband always said if he could do it all over again, he'd go Air Force instead of Coast Guard. So that's pretty cool. How long were you in for? My carotid artery is what medically retired me from the Coast Guard. 11 and a half years? Nice, nice. I was just shy of 10 by the time I medically retired out. And then my husband retired in 2017. So, good times. I don't regret it. Kind of bummed that I got medically retired. Oh, damn. Damn. My husband went... When did he go over to Iraq with the Coast Guard? I want to say he was there in 03, 04 too. He trained 150 Iraqi soldiers when he went over. He was a maritime enforcement specialist in the Coast Guard, so basically did all of our law enforcement and patrolled the oil rigs, did the boardings. Actually, maybe he was there in 06. I think he was there in 06 because he was with our tactical law enforcement team in 2003. And then he was a drill instructor for 3 years in Cape May. Damn, that's crazy. Crazy, crazy. That was some crazy times. My ex was a Marine and was in Fallujah right around the time that we entered there, and had some crazy stories that he told me about his time over there. Only got 13 there. All right, shoulder press next. We're gonna keep this light. I haven't been able to quite get my shoulder press back to what it was. I think the most I did on shoulder press was 32.5 pounds, but we're still recovering from being sick. Move that over. Let's check out our chat. My husband spent a lot of time on British Navy ships. He actually deployed on more Navy ships than some of Navy active duty guys deploy on. And he has a lot of good memories with the British guys. Yeah, he'd say the same thing. He had a lot of good times with them on the British ships, telling me stories of the boardings they did. I was stateside. I tried to go to Bahrain twice when I was a non-rate in the Coast Guard. If you're not with the tactical law enforcement deployment team that gets deployed to the Middle East, you have to volunteer and apply to get deployed to the Middle East. And I tried twice and I didn't get selected. So I tried to go. So instead all my time was stateside. But I've been to Guam, Samoa, Japan, China, sailed Alaska in the wintertime. Been to a couple small islands in the South Pacific. My favorite time was being in the South Pacific. That's when I met my husband on our ship. Really enjoyed going down there. We were stationed in Hawaii for 3 years. That's how we met. All right, don't go anywhere. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta run to the bathroom. My pre-workout kicked in and all that caffeine is running through me. I will be right back. Sure, bud. We're back. We're back. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. We are back. Well, thanks for hanging out. If you guys enjoy chatting or whatever, throw me a follow. We're gonna try and stream every night, or almost every night. I'm not a content creator, so. Oh, thanks, yeah. Truly a blonde hair, blue-eyed individual. Appreciate that. All right, second set. Oh, see, I don't know how I got 32.5 last time when I was doing shoulder press, because these 25s are fucking heavy as hell tonight. Let's see. Appreciate the follow, by the way, brother. Appreciate you hanging out. Like I said, I'm no content creator. I'm mainly just streaming because I needed some accountability with my workouts. I tend to get lazy and unmotivated. And I think streaming them is gonna keep me accountable. We're trying to get shredded for this year. We slacked off most of 2025. So now we're trying to make up for lost time in the workout realm. We got more shoulders coming up. We got a couple more sets of shoulder press. And we'll do lateral raises. I keep skipping dips. Maybe we should do those tonight. Then we get a little bit of triceps. Well, I see more of you are here. Thanks for hanging out. Hop in the chat. Let me know where you're from. We're just doing a push day here in my little lowly home gym down in South Florida. We got shoulder press right now. Got lateral raises next. Then we'll move on to some triceps. Then we'll call it a day. Walk the dog. Meal prep for tomorrow. I used to work from home. Now I got forced back into the office. So we gotta get up super early to commute, which is a real drag. It's a good job. I actually work for the VA. I work in human resources. So when I got injured in the Coast Guard, I had to find a career path that would not be laborious. Like I couldn't do law enforcement like I did in the Coast Guard. So my husband helped me find a career path in human resources, and I got my master's degree with the GI Bill in human resources. Did that in the private sector for about a year or two, and then got hired by my local VA. So now I've been working for my VA for 8 years. So it's like giving back to the veteran community. I don't deal directly with veteran patients, but I do service all the employees that treat veteran patients. So I make sure their pay is correct, their record's up to date, their promotions go through, all that kind of stuff, so that they can not stress about their finances and their record being wrong, and put more focus on the veterans that they care for. And I'm currently in school to get my PhD. Hey, Barcodius, I just saw your chat. I have no idea what happened to the ceiling. My light and everything is super foggy. I don't know what's going on today. Same setup that I had. Here, let me try this. No, that didn't happen too much. Trying to lower my phone. Yeah, lighting is weird. Yeah, Cam, that seems to be the standard at the VA. Doing the work of multiple people without a pay raise. That seems to be the way we operate. Here, let me try to wipe the lens and then lower the phone. I don't know what happened there. We're back. I think it's the phone is angled into the... I have a shitty stream. I don't know. I work off of a phone and a tripod. I told you, I'm not a content creator. We just work out. Gotta work with what you got, right? I work off of a crappy phone and a ring camera. Yeah, I know. Yes, I've seen plenty of alligators down here in Florida, and true story, my dog fell into a small, I don't think it was a sinkhole, but there was a small, we were on a walk one day and there's a small hole in the ground between the sidewalk and somebody's lawn, and they covered it with a palm frond so you couldn't see the hole. And my dog has this obsession with going up to palm fronds and peeing on them. And he stepped on the palm frond and his whole back end fell right into the hole, and I had to pick him up out of it. I don't think it was a sinkhole or anything. I don't know what the hole was from, but sure as hell surprised the hell out of him and me. He panicked, but we avoid that area now. But I haven't seen an actual sinkhole. They're more in like Central Florida, Tampa area, not this far south. But alligators, yeah, I've seen plenty. I mean, that's par for the course down here. I gotta log that set. My chat's not showing on the phone for some reason, so we gotta stick to the iPad. I mean, it's possible we go underwater. Miami is below sea level and it floods all the time in Miami, just with rain. So I don't plan on living this far south in Florida forever. I'd rather move to northern Florida or Nevada. At minimum, a place with no state taxes though. Oh, we're crashing out on that set. We crash out. Now we're gonna do baby weights for lateral raises. Because who doesn't do baby weights for lateral raises? Yeah, I won't skip my dips. I can only do like 3 of them. That's why I skip them. I'm not good at them. I used to do slight weighted dips back in the day, in my prime, but now we're just lucky if we get 3, but I won't skip them. Yeah, I got 2 tricep sets, and it's like a superset within a set. So I do dumbbell skull crushers, and I got this from my husband, where you start with the dumbbell and just do straight this way, and then you come across your chest and do the same number of reps this way, and that's one set. So I'll do those at the end of this workout, and then I do a what I call a push pull down single arm tricep extension. So I get on my both legs, and I'll do single arm tricep extension this way, and I'll do 10, and then I'll flip my grip and do the reverse and do another 10, and that'll be one set. Yeah, see, that's my problem. We'll do them, even if we can only do 2. I'm trying to get back to, I have one of those belts where you can clip in weights, and I used to do weighted pull-ups, and I used to do weighted dips, way back in like 2016. And I'm trying to get back to there. My husband keeps telling me to just not think about where I used to be and focus on now, because I'm also a lot older now than I was back in 10 years ago when I was in my 30s and lifting crazy in the gym. So I gotta take that into account, that I'm not 10 years younger and that things get a little tricky. I get a good pump with those 2 specific tricep workouts after doing shoulders and chest. I get a decent pump in my tris. Probably could do more, but I'm really limited on time when I'm out here. One of my dogs, he's in the kennel in the house. They rest after they eat, and I feel bad that he's in the kennel for so long. So I usually only come out here for an hour and a half so that he can have some time outside, because him and my other dog fight. My Akita and my Shepherd, they don't fight on sight, but when they get in each other's personal space, my Akita gets pissed and he attacks my Shepherd, and then they fight. So my Akita's out here outside with me right now, and my Shepherd's in his kennel. Yeah. That's what I was afraid of, Kim, is my workout taking too long because I was chatting. But I guess that comes with the territory, right? You gotta engage your audience a little bit while you're out here. And taking a few extra minutes in between my sets works in favor of my condition versus against me. So the way I see it is, as long as I do something in my workout plan that's programmed, as long as I do 3 or 4 exercises at minimum, then something is better than nothing these days. But I got a good 45 minutes left at this workout before I really have to go walk my dog and finish my night to get ready for the day tomorrow. I got a friend of mine that's prepping. She's gonna start prep for a bodybuilding competition here next May. So I think I'm gonna prep with her. All right, take care, Barcodius. If you're on when I'm done, we'll raid in. 7 beers. Man, I can't drink beer like that. I think the most I can do is Guinness. And it's like 1. I never found a beer I liked. Ever. That ceiling light, really, now that he pointed it out, that ceiling light is bothering the shit out of me. It's about as low as I can bring my phone. That's a little bit better. The good old White Claws. I don't think I've ever had a White Claw. I do like Twisted Tea. I had a Truly once at a hockey game, and that was the worst thing I've ever tasted. I got like 3 sips into it, and I threw it away. I don't know why people, I don't know what people see and like about Trulies. They're disgusting. Absolutely terrible. So the last hockey game we were at, I did a double vodka and cranberry instead from the bar. Oh, that's pretty cool. You should ask her to coffee next time. See where that, I mean, coffee's innocent. Doesn't have to mean anything. Up front. See? Invite her to coffee. See what happens. All right, let me get this last set out of the way. Oh, gassing out. 14, 15. We're gonna call it 15. We're not going for anything crazy. We still got triceps to do. We gotta do these stupid dips. Like Lydia said, not to skip them. Let me pull out my dip bars. Hold on, can you see it? Yeah. Oh, move the camera. Let's log this set. No, he only did 15. He did not do 20. Appreciate it, Kim. Thanks for chatting. I always like chatting with another veteran. We'll try to stream every day we work out this week. Thanks for coming by. Who else we got? We don't got a lot of YouTube folks. Do we have any YouTube folks? We have no YouTube folks. Today's a Twitch only day. And why is my chat not showing? For some reason my chat doesn't want to show on the phone. That's fine. Alright. Let's do these dips. Even though we don't want to. Well, what do you know? We got 7. That's more than I did last time, which was forever ago. I'll take 7. We got 2 more sets of dips. Take a good long break in between these dips. Is that Dad? I think my dog wants to go for a walk. Gotta knock out this workout. All right. Let's get the second set of dips. We got 7 last time. It's gonna incrementally go down, because I'm not that great at them. Oh, good. We did 5. That's not bad. It's not bad. I gotta unhook the bar over here. Well, bud. Well, if you're just joining us, we're just finishing up a push day, knocking out some dips. I'm gonna move on to triceps and call it a day. We gotta walk the dog, we gotta meal prep, do all the things. Who else is on? Chelsea's still streaming. Okay, last set of dips. I'm gonna get these out of the way. Not a fan of them. Right. Moving on to triceps. Do our skull crusher. Not bad for dips. Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes biting my ass. All right, we got skull crushers next. Who we got following? No YouTubers, huh? YouTube has abandoned me today. All right, let's see how many of these we can get. Oh, I don't know if we can repeat this for 3 sets, but I got 20 on that set. That's a new PR. Almost done, bud. Almost done. Ooh, Siri bot spamming. everybody, got you. My first spammer of the day. Does that mean I made it? Does that mean I'm a streamer? If I got a spammer? I think that means I'm a streamer now. I'm officially indoctrinated. I think that's how it goes. All right, set number 2. We gotta finish this up. Oh. Oh, we only got 16. That's okay. We got the pump going. Start that. Yeah, one more set. All right, let's try to get this last set. Hold on, bud. We might call it a day after this. Dog is getting antsy to go for a walk. Oh, I think we're gonna call it there. All right, kids. Sorry for the haziness of the light. We're gonna call it there. Dog Zancy wants to go for a walk. We got stuff to do tonight. Thanks for playing along. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the chat. We'll be here tomorrow with a pull day and some deadlifts. Thanks for hanging, guys. Take care.